Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. Today I will be painting a flower and I chose a hibiscus flower because if you've been watching me or if you've seen a lot of my paintings in the past, most flowers of mine were hibiscus, and I even had a series of paintings for hibiscus flowers. So I decided to paint one today, and I feel like not only that we will be using only a few colors today. In fact, I think we will only be using 4 colors. Well, except from the fact that my canvas is already black, so um, I'm choosing to have a black background. So I really suggest that you choose a black canvas for this painting so that the flower really pops out. I mean, it looks like it's gonna pop out of the canvas. So let's begin now. As you can see here, my canvas is already black. If you have a canvas that is already painted black, I mean ready-made black canvas, that's good. It's the same thing. It's just that I didn't have a canvas like that, so I painted mine black and waited for it to dry before I videoed this tutorial. Let's begin now, guys. So I'll be sketching first the subject. I'll be using a relatively small paintbrush for this. I'll be using white so that you can see it against the black canvas, because if I use red, it might, be that visible, so you won't be guided. So I'll be getting my white. Let's sketch it now. So I'll be doing also some light play for this painting because I love light. And since I'm also what do you call this? Freehanding everything, I might commit a mistake, but it's all right. I'll just adjust it. So it will make sense later. Anyway, the thumbnail will show you, or it has already shown you the final painting, so you have an idea of how this is going to end. But I still suggest that you paint along with me after watching the video once or maybe twice, and then you can paint along with me, because when I was just starting, that's how I did my way of learning, by watching first how things were done, and then watching it again just to really make sure that not only I follow the directions, but I know where things are gonna go. I hope that makes sense. Because if you just watch this, if you just open your internet and directly paint along with me, maybe, well, that's challenging, but maybe if you're already practiced or you've been painting along with me for the longest time, I think it's all right. But if this is your first time to paint along with me, I suggest that you watch first the video once or twice, or for as many times as you need and want, because it's really effective in learning. Okay, so this will be the, what do you call that? This will be the stem. So I'm just showing you first where things are gonna go. So this will be the stem. Okay. and a lot of light play will be happening here later. Okay, all right. You can see now that it's shaped like hibiscus, and you know that where the pollens are attached. Okay, so there will be a lot of, so this will be the, you know, the pollen area, just to give you an idea. All right, okay. Okay, so that's basically the sketch for this hibiscus. Now I'm gonna underpaint. I'll be using a wider brush and longer brush. So for the underpainting, I'm gonna get my red. Oh, have I mentioned the colors? Yeah, I think I did, but it was not really clear what colors, right? So we have red, cadmium yellow, white, and light red. Everything will be listed in the description box below. So I'm using just a combination of red and black. And don't paint over the sketch line just yet. Try to wait a bit. This is just to guide you first. I hope, yeah, you can see the colors. So I'm just using dark red. This is the preliminary color. Okay, of course there will be sketch lines that will be painted over as I am adjusting the shape of the flower. We will definitely remove the sketch lines, only that I don't want to remove it just yet because I want to see the separation lines. Okay. Now I'm just gonna use red, just pure red. Maybe I'm gonna add a little bit of white so that it's quite pink. Alright, okay, now I'm gonna move on to this petal. So I'll be using a more pinkish color. I think you can paint over the sketch line this time because there are two different colors anyway, so you can actually see where the separation is. I'm gonna color the middle. A lot of this will be painted over anyway, so I'm just gonna paint over that area. I'm just gonna resketch that later. For now, I just want some red, a little bit of white so that it's pinkish, but not too white or not too pink. Actually, it's been a while since the last time I did something like this. I kind of miss that. I mean, I kind of miss those years when I was just painting, painting non-stop. even no one is watching, you know. Okay, again, it's just reddish, pinkish color. You can, of course, now paint over the sketch lines right here, since the separation can be seen, or the separation lines are visible anyway, so we're not really going to need that. So if you're asking, this is just the underpainting, it's not the exact color. And I'm gonna use the same color right here. So I'm just gonna make some spaces. Okay. Okay, so it's actually taking a while before everything is underpainted, but I think this is the best time for you to, or for us to relax a bit. It's also quite relaxing to be just doing this. Especially we're not using too much color. Okay. Again, this is very preliminary. We're not doing any highlights just yet. More on, we're just doing underpainting slash identifying the shape, something like that. I forgot this area. It's gonna be pinkish as well. Right. So I'm just making some more adjustments. I'm making it more pink. So you can actually double layer or triple layer your painting. It really depends on the type of canvas or the material that you're painting on. Some materials are just too absorbent that one layer is really not enough for you to have that solid color. And you can take your time on this. layer as much as you need to. Me, I'm just using more pink. Okay, and then I'm gonna pink this area more. And if you're wondering what pink color is, just mix red and white. We can definitely remove the sketch lines now. You know, the reason why I told you earlier not to remove the sketch lines was because I thought I'd be needing the lines to see the separation, but later on I realized that it's not really necessary. I can always change my mind anyway. Okay, now I'll be getting a dark red, darker than this one, or maybe as dark as this one. Okay, I'm just gonna color the remaining areas. I might get myself some more red. So I'm gonna do a little bit of dark reds right here so that we do the folds. And then I'm gonna color the top, and I'm gonna do the same thing right here. I'm gonna wet my brush a bit because, you know, surprisingly, my paint is drying so fast. And if you've watched my video, I've mentioned that I'm working near the water heater. I mean the house heater in my place. So the paints dry pretty quickly. I mean, more quickly than the usual ones. I mean, the usual time. And I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm gonna darken a bit so that I create depth. Okay, just some areas. Right, maybe here. Okay. Oh, I forgot. We'll be using green. So get your green. And for the green, I'll be mixing it with black so that it's not super green. I'm using a permanent deep green right here. And I'll be coloring, actually it's not, you know, the green on my palette is pretty much dry. That was from the last painting tutorial. So I'm just gonna get myself a green. Okay, this is permanent green deep. And I'm mixing it with black so that it's not super green. Because, you know, we're playing with the light. So where there is absence of light, even if it's color green, it doesn't seem like it's green. It appears more like black or dark. I'm gonna color this area with this color. I'm gonna make some adjustments as well. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna make some more adjustments. This time I'm totally removing the sketch lines. We don't need it. Okay. So again, don't use pure black. Use a little bit of green. Even if it's not really there, I mean, even if it's not absolutely visible, you know that the green color is there. You're not using pure black. Okay, I'm just gonna use more green so that it's more dark green than black, especially up close. Okay, and then I'm gonna do the stem. I'm still using green and black, but as I go further down the stem, the green will appear more light. Okay, I think this is quite fat. Okay, I will make some corrections because my hand seems not steady today for some reason. Okay, so as I go down the stem, it should appear more light green, and as I told you, I'll be correcting the thickness of my stem. It's too thick. I don't like the look of it, and I'm just gonna adjust this. Okay, and to correct that, I'll be getting my pink so that, you know, I adjust the shape. It's quite cloudy today in my area, so I'm gonna get my pink and I'm just gonna reshape it. It is quite cloudy today. I think it's gonna rain. Right. Okay, just like that. And also here. Okay, just like that. I really like this. I really like where it's going. Okay, before we move on to highlighting the rest of the flower, okay, I'm gonna go and finish the flower by doing the pollen area. So still red, okay. Maybe I'm gonna use a little bit of white, just like this color, pink, and I'm gonna paint over that white sketch line. Just redo the sketch line, but this time we're using pink. Steady. All right. Okay. And let me just remove the sketch lines. I feel like I don't need it anymore. All right. So again, let's just do some more detailing on this. I'll be using the same pinky reddish color. And I'm just gonna create the pollen. You don't have to remove the sketch lines. They will serve as highlights later on. But try to cover as much as possible. And when you do the pollens, you go in different directions. You don't want to do this in one direction because that's just not natural looking. So you kind of want to have this natural look. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. And I'm gonna use the same dark red to just give it give it dimension, like that, just on one side. Okay, just like that. And you can use your black color just to clean the rest of, the outside lines, or what they call that, the outermost lines. Anyway, we'll be going back to that later. Let me check. Okay, that's great. Now I'm gonna do some highlighting over this area, and maybe I forgot something. I'm gonna use my green and blacks again. Okay, let's do some detailing. Not detailing, but part of that flower. I call it the bottom crown. I know that there is a scientific name for this. I'm just calling it the way I see it. Okay. If you're a botanist or a really a scientist or something like that, you can correct me. Or maybe it doesn't even take a scientist to know that, but I really forgot the exact scientific term for that, so just correct me. Okay. Alright, and I'm gonna darken just a little farther down here. Okay. Alright. Okay, now let's proceed to highlighting it. So the hibiscus flower will have a lot of veins going on, but I'm gonna start with lighter pink. Remember when we already did some pinks earlier? So I'll be using more red to mix with my white to create that pink color. So I'll be using more pink. So I'm gonna get my white and red. So you can see it on camera. I'm using this pinkish color. Okay, now I'm gonna go and do some highlighting. Okay, you have to be patient with this one because there will be a lot of areas that will be highlighted. Okay, so I'm gonna start right here. So that's one highlight, until we finish the highlighting. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna go right here. Okay, I'm gonna highlight this area. Oops, sorry. What color is that? Okay, I'm just gonna make some more pinky colors. So I'm doing this quite gently. And sometimes watery to really give that, or to really, yeah, give the painting a more veiny, Venus, yeah, more Venus look. And let's paint this area. So I'm just using diagonal brush strokes to suggest some veins. And we must follow as well the shape of the flower, meaning you don't want to do horizontal, you don't want to do vertical lines. We can only do diagonal and horizontal lines. Okay. Some more pink, but this time it's gonna be a little darker because this area is not really receiving good amount of light. Okay. Okay, and then some more light colors. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of this light red. I haven't really used it. Okay. Okay, so I'm using some light reds. And then some pure red, just, you know, in between those pinks. You can add a little bit of black so that it's a little more brown, but don't create a very dark color. I'm just gonna use my hands to spread it. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of dark red to give it more folds. Okay, it's like the more folds you give it, the more dimensional it looks, right? Using this dark red, I'm gonna lighten it by adding red. Okay, maybe a little bit of light reds. And I'm gonna make some, okay. I'm gonna lighten randomly on some areas of the petals, giving it also some vines, sorry, not vines, some veins, not vines. I'm gonna lighten it a bit. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of orangey colors. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my fingers to spread this orangey color. There's no particular pattern. Maybe we should just spread it randomly. But within the petal sketch, of course, you don't want to go outside that sketch. I'm gonna add a little bit of white so that it's a little bit pastely color. I can't talk. Alright, just like that. Again, a little more orange. Whoops, that's too light, I guess. Right here. And then as I go near the bottom, I'm gonna darken it a bit. So using some dark reds. Actually, that's too dark. Okay, we want to just, okay, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my reds. So it's like when you go outside or near the outermost area of the petal, it's lighter. And as you go near the center of the flower, you go darker because the light is not being reached. I mean, this area is not being reached by the light. Oh my God, guys. I don't think I can speak properly today. What is wrong with me? Again, I'm gonna get some pink colors and just add some more highlights. some more. So this time I'm just using white and I'm giving it more light play. Okay, now I'm using some really watered, okay, because my water is really muddy, some black mixes, but I'm okay with it because it mutes the colors that I'm using. Okay, I'll be using a pointy brush. I'll be dabbing onto my red. And I'll be using a lot of water for this. So I'm gonna be doing some like little, okay, it's not working. So I'm gonna get my red watered. Okay, just like that. To create some vines. Oh, why do I keep saying vines? I don't even drink wine. Veins. That's what I'm referring to. Alright. Just keep doing this. Again, follow the shape of the flower. Okay, also right here, I'm doing some darker veins. I'll be getting some orange. Okay, maybe some, I'm just gonna redefine or re-outline this area. Okay, now I'm gonna use my light green, so I'm gonna lighten it by using white. We need yellow actually. I don't know why I didn't get myself some yellow because I thought the yellow on my palette is still wet, but it already dried up. So I'm just gonna get my yellow and mix it with green so that I get some yellow green color. And I'm gonna highlight a bit this area to give it more light effects. Also like here. And there you go. And as I told you, it will be lightened, this part. So I'm just gonna use white. Okay, I don't know why it's colored pink, the colors. Okay. I'm gonna highlight just along the stem. Okay, and I'm gonna make some small dots going on. Okay, now I'm gonna get some yellow green. And I'm gonna add a little bit of black. And I'm just gonna color near that white. Okay. Just like that. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the petals later. For now, I want it to dry, or maybe I can go to some areas already. I'm gonna get some red and yellow, maybe orange. I'm just gonna water it down so that I create more veins looking brush strokes. I'm gonna add yellow. A little hint of orange, okay, so that we do more light. More light. I'm gonna add a little bit of hints of yellow. Don't overdo the yellowing. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that it's still looking red and maybe orangey, but not super yellow. Just want to do some light. We don't want to make it a yellow flower. Okay, also right here, down here. Just make it appear that it has a lot of veins. And we're getting white. Let's lighten it even more. Give it more light suggestion. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the edges of the flower, or the petal, I mean. Okay. Some light colors. Some highlights. Okay, maybe some pinky colors. Okay, like that. some more highlights, a little bit of orangey colors. I'm gonna allow that first to dry. Okay, some more shadow. Okay, I'm just gonna create some more natural looking parts of the flower. Excuse me. Okay, let me check. I really haven't checked it from the camera view, but I think I'm gonna check it now. I'm gonna darken this area. Okay, it's making sense already. I'm gonna wait for this to dry. Let's proceed to this area. So for that, I'll be getting my yellow and I'll be using a pointy brush. Okay, I'll be getting my yellow. It doesn't matter if the yellow is mixed with other colors, just dab onto your yellow. In fact, I'll be mixing it with red so that it's more orangey than yellow. And I'll start doing some pollens. Make it random as well. Don't do any particular pattern. Don't do a straight pattern. That would be weird. Okay, like that. Okay, I'm gonna get my white. Using this white, I'm gonna highlight some pollens. I'm gonna get again my red just to add some red colors. Like that. Then I'm gonna get my red. I'm gonna create some more tiny stems holding the pollens, overlapping as well some areas. Okay, maybe I'm gonna use as well black just to give it dimension, to make it more realistic. I'm gonna mix my yellow with white. Let me check. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna make this area more pink. So using a pinkish color, and I'm gonna remove the excess water from the paintbrush So dab it onto a towel or tissue paper and make sure that it's damp, not wet. And I'm gonna, actually it's still wet. I'm gonna dry brush. Okay, it's okay. This color. Okay, I'm just gonna create some more highlights. On the petals, just like so. Okay, that's two. It's too pink. I over applied the paint. I was supposed to only highlight it. Okay, just like that. Okay, I'm gonna use red and black. And I'm gonna start creating some dark markings. I'm gonna get my white. Just to give it highlight. Okay. I'm just going around the petal area. What is wrong with me? Something is wrong with my tongue or something. Okay, again, just go around. Just go around the petals. I now know that it's not the paint, but the water bucket that I have here. It's all muddy. That's why it's contaminating my brush. I mean my paints. Okay, I'm gonna go around this area, so just to highlight it a bit. In effect, also separating it red. Some more veins. Okay. I'm just gonna outline it. And right here, I'm just gonna add hints of red because since it is beneath the petals, it somehow reflects. I know that it's not mirror or anything shiny, but it reflects the redness of the petals just above it. So I hope that makes sense. But that's how it goes. Okay. I'm gonna get my white. Just make it more watery. Okay, I'm just gonna have this corrected. I'm gonna lighten a bit this area near the folds. Since we're only using only a few colors today, you'll notice that we're more focused on the details. That's the effect. That's the consequence of only using only a few colors. Because the less color you use, the more focused you are on the details so that it's not looking flat. Because once you disregard those details and you're using only a few colors, you will end up, most likely, I'm not saying me every time, but most likely, and based on my practice, if you're not gonna focus on the details, using only a few colors, it's gonna end up flat looking. Let me check. Okay, now I'm gonna highlight even more. Okay, I'm gonna highlight even more the outside petals. I'm gonna allow this first to dry. I'm gonna go and get maybe this brush, just a dry one. Okay, I'm gonna get my white and red, so it's basically pink, and I'm not wetting it. Okay, it's all dry, and I'm just gonna go and highlight. I'm gonna dry brush just along the outside or the outermost portion of the flowers. The flower, I mean. This will give it more light play. That's what we want for this painting. Great. Okay, now I'm gonna use my red. I'll be using a dry brush again. Okay, maybe this one. I'm just gonna use my red. And I'm gonna start dry brushing as well. Okay, just like that, just to give it a gradient effect. Darkening the innermost portion of the flower. You know, a lot of techniques are involved, but it's great. It's great to be back to doing things like this. Okay, just like that. I'll be touching on that area as well. Very lightly, just making sure that the outermost part of the painting is lighter in color. Okay, now I'll be getting white to make some pink. I'll be making this area more pink, like that. Okay, and maybe I'm gonna use my fan brush. I'm gonna try if I can create some more lines that would be veins looking. Yeah, it kind of helps because of the structure of the bristles. It helps in achieving that that look. Okay, also I'm gonna get my orange. A little bit of orange on some areas so that light really, you know, happens. Okay. Okay, here as well. And also, of course, on the pollen part, just highlight that part. And make this more natural looking. I'll create some more veins. Okay, I'm gonna clean the corners of the flower. So I'm gonna get my black and I'm just gonna go around the flower so that it's clean, meaning you remove those areas or you remove the paintings that went outside the line. I'm gonna lighten this a bit so that it has more light. Okay, more light, more like more light, more bright. Okay. Some hints of yellow is fine. Okay. And I'm just gonna darken this middle section. It's a shadow. Okay. And I'm just gonna make some highlight just to separate this part from the flower. And also some highlights. Okay, some highlights, just like that. Very subtle. Okay. And I'm gonna use some white. Okay, just like that. Okay, let me check. Okay, this is really good. So I'm gonna sign this now. I think I like it. Okay, I think I'm gonna need some white because I'm obsessed. Pure white. Right along the edge of this petal. Of course, you don't want to create like lines that are very harsh. Okay, just like that. Okay. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of like dots on the stem to make it appear like it has some tiny, like tiny hairs. You know that some plants have hairs? I'm not kidding. Those tiny fibers, I call them fibers. This is dried red. Apply some more. I'm gonna make this more white, this area. I'm just gonna go around this petal so that again it's separated, but the line should be a little subtle. It should not be too much. Okay, just like that. Okay, you know, like this. I'm gonna highlight right down here. Okay, down. Right, just like that. I like this one. Okay, I'm gonna highlight a bit this area. Okay, give it some more translucence. And apply some light red just along this area. Okay. And maybe I'm gonna make this more pointy. Okay. Oops. Okay. A little bit of yellow just along this area. I said I'm gonna sign this now, but here I am just doing some more finishing touches, and it's okay because I just love this painting so much. Let me check. Absolutely nice. I love it. I'm gonna sign this now for real. Okay. Or maybe not. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm obsessing. I'm gonna highlight with white. Just a tiny bit more. And I'm done. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sign this now. Using, of course, white. And I'm gonna sign, of course, right here. Okay. And we're done, guys. We're done. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope you paint along with me. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching this, even if you're not painting along with me, let me know as well in the comment section below. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Love you.